The Los Angeles Lakers came into last Saturday with a sense of optimism. LeBron James and Hachimura were finally back after extended injury absences, giving the team a much-needed boost heading into a crucial stretch of the season. But any excitement quickly turned into disappointment as the Lakers suffered a brutal blowout loss to the Chicago Bulls. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. The Bulls completely dismantled Los Angeles, putting up an astonishing 146 points and making the Lakers' defense look non-existent. Even worse, this embarrassing defeat overshadowed what should have been a memorable night for Luka Doncic, who delivered an offensive masterclass but found himself helpless on the other end of the floor. So, how did the Lakers collapse so spectacularly? And more importantly, what must they do to make sure it never happens again? Bringing back LeBron and Hachimura was supposed to give the Lakers a spark. But while their return was a step in the right direction, it was clear neither player was at full strength. Head coach J.J. Redick opted to bring Hachimura off the bench, limiting his minutes to around 20 as he worked his way back into game shape. Meanwhile, LeBron showed signs of fatigue, a reminder that even one of the greatest players of all time needs time to regain his rhythm after an injury. Despite their presence, the Lakers lacked the energy, physicality, and execution needed to compete at a high level. Chicago set the pace early, and Los Angeles simply couldn't keep up. While the Lakers struggled as a team, Luka Doncic came out looking unstoppable. He exploded for 29 first-half points, draining 7 of his 10 three-point attempts and looking like he was on his way to a historic performance. But it didn't matter. No matter how much Luka scored, the Lakers' defense gave up just as many, if not more, on the other end. Chicago tore through their defensive schemes, exposing every weakness in transition and half-court sets. After the game, Doncic was visibly frustrated, pointing out 2 key issues. The Lakers' inability to stop transition buckets. His own costly turnovers, which led to easy scores for the Bulls. Doncic turned the ball over 7 times, gifting Chicago multiple fast-break opportunities. For all the magic he created on offense, those mistakes helped dig the Lakers into an even deeper hole. Since January, the Lakers have been quietly building one of the NBA's best defenses, ranking 6th in defensive rating by focusing on help rotations, disciplined switching, and strong rim protection. But against the Bulls? All of that vanished. Redick didn't mince words after the game, calling it the team's worst defensive performance of the season. He was particularly frustrated with breakdowns in communication, leading to open shots, poor positioning and rotations, allowing easy drives to the rim, a complete inability to defend floor-spacing bigs, with Nikola Vucevic dominating the Lakers' small ball lineups. With LeBron and Hachimura back, Redick experimented with smaller lineups throughout the game. Jackson Hayes saw limited minutes, leaving the Lakers with no true rim protector for long stretches. The Bulls took full advantage. Nikola Vucevic feasted in the post, using his size and footwork to punish mismatches. Matas Buzelis attacked the rim, finishing strong inside with little resistance. Josh Giddey orchestrated the offense, picking apart the Lakers' defense with his passing and scoring. It was a perfect storm of defensive breakdowns, and Chicago exploited every single one of them. The most glaring issue of the night was transition defense. The Bulls outscored the Lakers 30-12 in fast break points, a staggering difference that highlighted just how slow and disorganized LA was in getting back on defense. This problem was directly linked to turnovers. Careless mistakes on offense, especially risky passes in tight spaces, led to easy buckets for Chicago. Key issues that must be addressed. Turnovers. Luka Doncic alone had 7 giveaways, feeding Chicago's transition game. Risky passing in traffic. The Lakers forced unnecessary plays, leading to live ball turnovers. Lack of effort in getting back on defense. Slow reactions allowed Chicago to capitalize quickly. Every time the Lakers made a mistake, the Bulls punished them instantly. If the Lakers want to avoid another humiliating loss, they must fix their mistakes, starting now. Recommit to defensive intensity. The Lakers must return to the disciplined defense that made them a top 6 unit in the league. That means better communication, smarter rotations, and more physicality at the rim. Fix the small ball approach. Redick needs to find a balance between speed and size. Jackson Hayes or another big must play a role in protecting the paint. Take care of the basketball. The Lakers must limit turnovers, especially against fast teams that thrive in transition. Doncic and others need to be more careful with their passing. Improve transition defense. Get back on defense faster. No more jogging back after a turnover or missed shot. Commit to stopping the ball earlier to prevent easy baskets. Increase the intensity from LeBron and Hachimura. As they regain their rhythm, they must bring more defensive energy. Their presence in the paint is crucial for stopping opposing bigs. With the Western Conference playoff race heating up, every game matters more than ever. Any more defensive collapses could cost them a key spot in the standings. J.J. Redick must act fast, tweaking rotations, reinforcing defensive principles, and making sure his team plays with urgency. If the Lakers want to bounce back, they need to clean up their mistakes immediately. Because another performance like this, it could destroy their season. The Los Angeles Lakers have made a strategic decision regarding Bronny James. Rather than bringing him along for their upcoming 4-game road trip that extends through the end of March, the team has chosen to send him back to the South Bay Lakers, their G League affiliate. Bronny is expected to play in the final 2 regular season games for South Bay, scheduled for Monday and Tuesday. With South Bay currently ranked 10th and officially out of playoff contention, these will likely be Bronny's final G League appearances this year. This move allows him to gain more playing time, maintain his competitive rhythm, and continue developing his game in a structured setting. The Lakers' main roster is entering a critical stretch of the season, filled with high-stakes matchups that could determine their playoff positioning. As the team pushes for a strong finish, every rotation spot becomes even more valuable, and younger players like Bronny may not see significant minutes at the NBA level. By sending him back to South Bay, the Lakers are prioritizing his long-term development over keeping him on the bench during the road trip. This move gives Bronny the opportunity to play extended minutes, face real in-game challenges, and continue honing his skills in a competitive environment. The Lakers see value in keeping him engaged and building his confidence, rather than having him travel with the team and potentially miss out on valuable playing time. For a young player still adjusting to the professional level, the ability to log significant minutes in a live game setting is crucial. The G League serves as an ideal platform for Bronny to develop his decision-making, improve his consistency, and showcase his abilities in a leadership role. While Bronny has spent much of the season developing in the G League, he made headlines last week with an impressive performance in an NBA game against the Milwaukee Bucks. With head coach J.J. Redick electing to rest key players due to a back-to-back situation, Bronny was given a rare extended opportunity to showcase his talent. Playing 30 minutes, he posted a stat line of 17 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 block, demonstrating his offensive versatility and defensive awareness. His ability to contribute across multiple facets of the game was a promising sign for the Lakers coaching staff and front office. After the game, Bronny spoke about his confidence and approach. "I've built my confidence and comfort level through repetition and making the most of my chances," he said. This performance reinforced the belief that he has the potential to grow into a valuable piece of the Lakers roster, but also showed that he still needs more game experience before becoming a regular contributor at the NBA level. Before his recent return to the Lakers, Bronny played 9 games with South Bay and put up some impressive numbers. 20.6 points per game, 5.0 rebounds per game, 5.0 assists per game, 43.1% shooting from the field, 36.1% from three-point range, 80% free throw accuracy. These numbers highlight his progress as a scorer, playmaker, and all-around player. His ability to handle the ball, create for teammates, and knock down shots efficiently has been one of the key areas of growth in his game. The Lakers are clearly monitoring his development closely, and these final 2 G League games will serve as an additional opportunity for him to continue refining his skill set before potentially rejoining the main roster for the remainder of the NBA season. Since making his NBA debut, Bronny has appeared in 23 games for the Lakers. However, his playing time has been limited, averaging just 5 minutes per contest. Most of his minutes have come in low-pressure situations, often when the outcome of the game was already decided. However, there have been moments when J.J. Redick has relied on him in key situations, especially when injuries or rest days created gaps in the rotation. Despite his limited role, Bronny has continued to embrace the process of learning and improving every day. From the start of training camp, he has emphasized the importance of staying focused, maintaining a strong work ethic, and taking advantage of every opportunity to grow as a player. "I show up every morning, stay locked in, and focus on getting better," Bronny said in a recent interview. I take advantage of my reps but also make sure to stay grounded. It's all about consistency. His maturity and approach have been praised by Lakers staff, as he remains committed to long-term improvement rather than immediate success. As the South Bay Lakers season wraps up, these final 2 games will give Bronny one last opportunity to gain more experience in the G League this year. While the team won't be competing in the playoffs, these games still present a valuable chance for him to develop, work on his weaknesses, and solidify his strengths. Regardless of the results, this experience will be a key stepping stone in his journey. The Lakers will continue evaluating his progress, and there is a strong possibility that he will earn more opportunities with the main roster as the NBA season heads toward its conclusion. One thing is certain, Bronny James' development remains a priority for the Lakers. Whether it's in the G League or the NBA, the franchise is committed to helping him reach his full potential. The Los Angeles Lakers might be preparing for another significant move this offseason, aiming to further elevate their championship aspirations. The focus is on a potential trade that could bring Obi Toppin, a breakout forward from the Indiana Pacers, to Los Angeles. In exchange, the Lakers would send Jared Vanderbilt, known for his defense, along with future draft compensation to the Pacers. This trade would provide a balanced offensive and defensive swap, bringing Toppin's scoring and athleticism into the fold while giving the Pacers a solid defensive contributor in Vanderbilt, who is still on a manageable contract. The Lakers' season has been anything but ordinary. Since making their surprising acquisition of Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks prior to the February 6 trade deadline, the team has been in full stride. However, while Doncic and James have provided the firepower needed to stay competitive in such a stacked conference, the Lakers' general manager Rob Pelinka might see this offseason as the perfect opportunity to further solidify the roster by adding another key piece. The core trio of Doncic, LeBron, and Reeves has given the Lakers a much-needed offensive spark, but Pelinka is likely aware that the team still has areas to improve upon to make a deep playoff run. Even with these top-tier players, having a well-rounded, explosive forward who can contribute offensively while still holding his own on defense could make a huge difference. To that end, acquiring Obi Toppin could be the perfect move. Toppin, currently playing for the Indiana Pacers, has had a breakout season in the 2024-25 campaign. At just 27 years old, the former New York Knicks lottery pick is finally finding his rhythm, averaging 10.3 points and 4.1 rebounds while boasting an impressive 61.6% effective field goal percentage across 67 games this season. His ability to contribute both on the offensive end and in transition plays has made him a coveted asset for any team looking to add another dynamic scorer. Toppin's high-flying, explosive style fits well with the Lakers' current roster. Pairing him with players like Doncic and LeBron, who are elite facilitators, would allow Toppin to thrive in a fast-paced, high-energy system. Toppin excels when given the chance to run the floor, and playing alongside 2 of the best passers in the game could help unlock his full potential. In addition to his offensive prowess, Toppin has also shown significant improvements on the defensive end. He currently holds a 114 defensive rating per 100 possessions, and his ability to average 0.6 steals per game has tied his career best from the previous season. While he may not be the lockdown defender that Vanderbilt is known for, his defensive progress, coupled with his offensive upside, makes him a solid all-around player who could complement the Lakers' existing pieces. The trade would be a classic offense-for-defense swap, with the Lakers sending Jared Vanderbilt to Indiana. Vanderbilt is primarily known for his defensive contributions, particularly in guarding the perimeter and protecting the paint. His value to the Lakers has been evident, especially during stretches when the team needed to focus on defensive stability. However, the addition of Toppin scoring would provide a much-needed offensive boost and help balance the squad, which has sometimes been inconsistent on that side of the ball. For the Indiana Pacers, this trade might seem a bit more complicated. Toppin is a young, promising forward who fits their long-term vision, and it's unlikely they are actively seeking to move him. However, the defensive upside of Vanderbilt could be appealing to Indiana, especially considering their need for a more established defensive presence. Vanderbilt, who can guard multiple positions and disrupt passing lanes, could be an intriguing addition for the Pacers as they continue their rebuilding process. Moreover, the Pacers would likely receive draft compensation from the Lakers, which would help them continue to build for the future. The inclusion of future draft picks would give them a valuable asset that could help the team continue to develop their young core. While the Pacers are unlikely to be desperate to give up Toppin, the trade could make sense for both teams if the Lakers offer a strong enough package. The lure of Vanderbilt's defense and the potential for future draft picks could convince the Pacers to part ways with the young forward. For the Lakers, the addition of Toppin could be the missing piece in their quest for the 18th championship banner. The team has already been impressive in the second half of the season, but Pelinka's vision likely extends beyond just making it to the playoffs. He's aiming for another title run, and Toppin could help them achieve that. With Toppin, the Lakers would have an explosive transition force who can contribute both as a scorer and a defender. His ability to stretch the floor, combined with his athleticism, would add another dimension to an already potent lineup. Whether it's on the fast break or in half-court sets, Toppin's presence could give the Lakers the offensive spark they need to contend with the best teams in the Western Conference. Furthermore, with the Lakers' desire to go deep into the postseason and secure a championship, having a versatile player like Toppin could be the final piece to solidifying their title chances. With Doncic, LeBron, and Toppin, the Lakers would have one of the most formidable and dynamic lineups in the league. These players, paired with the Lakers' existing strong defense and depth, could give them a legitimate chance to dominate the playoffs and make a run for the NBA Finals. In conclusion, the potential trade between the Lakers and the Pacers that would send Jared Vanderbilt and future draft picks to Indiana in exchange for Obi Toppin makes sense for both teams. For the Lakers, this trade could provide the offensive boost they need, with Toppin adding another dimension to their already loaded roster. For the Pacers, Vanderbilt's defense and the draft picks would continue their rebuilding efforts, while allowing them to assess the long-term potential of their young players. For the Lakers, the addition of Toppin could be crucial in their efforts to win another NBA title. The combination of Doncic, LeBron, and Toppin could be just the right mix of skill, size, and athleticism to help them achieve their championship aspirations in the 2025-26 season.